Straight ahead on the Valley today, the rent moratorium may be ending, but there is still help for those North Dakotans who need it. Plus, we have the latest on shots fired that happened at a Moorhead apartment complex over the weekend. But first, in the aftermath of those July 4th celebrations, many Fargo neighborhoods are littered with trash, even though fireworks are illegal in city limits. We'll get out of those stories very shortly, but first, temperatures, they're going to be much cooler today than we've been used to over the past couple of days. Also a sight we're not used to seeing, rain coming down in many parts this morning. We want to head on over right away this morning now to meteorologist Lisa Green with the very latest on what to expect. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, we've got rain coming down. I know it's a welcome sight. At the same time, I know it's a nuisance as we're trying to start off our work week for those of us who have had a nice long holiday weekend. So just be ready for that. You're going to want your umbrella, your rain gear this morning. If you're not heading out till later today, well, then you don't have to worry about it because it's going to move on. You can see the larger area of rain basically around Fargo Moorhead, stretching into Lakes Country, still lingering into southeastern North Dakota. The more active weather a little farther south toward Watertown, where we've got more thunderstorms and some scattered rain that's been filling in a little bit more in northeastern North Dakota too. So even though the northern part of the valley, especially north of Highway 2, not expecting as much, we could still see some showers in that area. Zooming in a little more, Fargo, again, some steady rain, but you can see western parts of Cass County, it's easing up even around Tower City. So that's not too far away here this morning. Still some pockets where we're looking at some heavier bouts of rain, a little cell there right around Edgeley that's producing some heavier rain. But the more widespread, steady, moderate to heavy rainfall is now in Lakes Country. So Otter Tail County, Becker County, back over to Park Rapids, we're seeing some of those showers producing a heavier rainfall rate. And at times we have had a couple of lightning bolts in that region too. Haven't seen one for the last several minutes though in that region. Again, the more active weather a little farther south into southern Minnesota and down into eastern parts of South Dakota. We're just kind of getting that steady rain there. So that's going to continue this morning. It's going to affect your visibility in spots. In Gwinner, we're down to less than 2 miles visibility. Wahpeton, 2.5. Other places seeing some lowered visibility around the valley, so keep that in mind for your morning drive. You can see in Fargo, we've got gray skies, wet roads, and even some raindrops on our camera dome there. Reports of rain at the airport on the north side of town. 63 degrees right now. Grand Forks is more on the dry side at the moment, though we could see a couple of showers there. 59 and cloudy. 55 in Devil's Lake, rainy. And then in Fergus Falls, also getting rain, but 70 there. So it's a lot warmer in the Fergus Falls and Lakes Country area. That's also where our highs today probably are happening right now. We'll see the lower temperatures this afternoon as that cooler air moves in. You could see some 60s coming up for that 5 o'clock hour for our afternoon planner. Temperatures 60s to some low 70s throughout the valley, and the showers will be moving on. We'll see chances for some rain basically through the morning, and then that ends. So rainfall potential, again, we've been looking at that steady rain ongoing, so we're looking at up to an inch, maybe 2 inches of rain total once this has moved on from the region. Your 7-day planner, cooler through the work week, 70s, and more chances for rain Thursday night and Friday with a shot of some thunder, potentially scattered showers affecting us toward the end of the week. Saturday and Sunday look great so far. 80s return.
But a lot to watch out for on that 7-day planner. Lisa, thank you. New this morning, multiple people are waking up in a new place after their apartment complex went up in flames. The Grafton Fire Department says the apartment along Highway 81 started on fire early yesterday morning. When crews arrived, they rushed to all the units and made sure everyone was able to get out safely. In total, 5 apartments and the laundry room were seriously damaged from the flames. People from 10 different units are now being forced to find a new place to stay. The cause is still under investigation. In the aftermath of the 4th of July, trash from fireworks displays were left to be cleaned up in parts of the city, and people are now speaking out on how illegal firework use in Fargo is becoming more of a problem. Now, this is the mess right here left behind after people set off fireworks in the parking lot of Shields Arena in Fargo, celebrating the 4th of July. The remnants of burned packaging and debris left to be cleaned up. You see it right there. The important thing to note here is that fireworks are illegal within Fargo city limits, but some still chose to be a rebel.
It's the 4th of July, so people are like, oh, well, might as well do it if you're going to do it. And not a lot of people want to take the effort to drive out of town. I think especially if it's not allowed in the city and it's said that it's not allowed in the city, then it probably just shouldn't happen in the city.
In West Fargo, it is legal to possess fireworks, and some people believe this could be making the situation worse in Fargo. Now, some believe that West Fargo and Fargo should work together to have a consistent policy for both cities to further enforce the use of illegal fireworks. We continue to follow that shots fired incident that happened Sunday in Moorhead. The Bureau of Criminal Apprehension has taken over the investigation. It happened near an apartment complex in the 2400 block of 4th Avenue North. Police tell us an officer was investigating a suspicious person when a foot chase started and shots were fired. No one was hurt. The only thing police have said is that a suspect is in custody. They're referring all other questions to the BCA. They aren't releasing any information at this time. A Moorhead woman reached out to our whistleblower hotline, submitting these pictures. Kim Tracy says that she was shocked to see the condition of her mother's feet and says Eventide on 8th Street in Moorhead, the place that her mother was living up until her death, needs to be held accountable.
How would you like your mother, father, grandparents, family being taken care of like that at Eventide?
Officials from Eventide say they take complaints like Tracy's seriously, and after investigating her concerns, the employees on the unit that Tracy's mother lived in were retrained on proper foot care. Search and rescue efforts continue after the unstable remnants of a Miami area condo tower that collapsed was brought down on purpose. Demolition happened around 10:30 Sunday night for the section of the Champlain Towers South in Surfside, Florida, that remained upright following the partial collapse of that building in late June. That section kept first responders from safely searching the site. The destruction of the remaining structure has allowed search and rescue teams to explore more of the debris without concern that unstable building would collapse on the crews. 4 more victims were then found following the demolition. That brings the death toll to 28. So far, 117 people still remain unaccounted for. The evictions moratorium is coming to an end at the end of this month. Landlords legally have not been allowed to evict tenants, but 30 days after the moratorium expires, they'll be allowed to. However, North Dakota residents can still get help. The state received federal funds to provide emergency rental assistance.
We're receiving probably 200 new applications a week. We've really seen an increase in the last few weeks and expect that to continue through the summer. So the program is definitely open. We're seeing new applicants every week. We're getting new approvals out every week and making sure rent payments are going out the door every week as well.
The department will have application counselors available across the state in the next few weeks. We'll have more information on qualifications and where you can apply on our website, valleynewslive.com. Just click on this story. The State Department of Human Services wants public input on proposed changes to the Medicaid Autism Spectrum Disorder Waiver. The waiver program helps provide children with services so families can care for them at home instead of at outside facilities. The changes include increasing the age range from children who qualify from 13 to 15. It would also expand the number of people who can get the waiver to 150.
We have 96 slots, and legislation has given us an additional 54 slots. So that's why we're putting out the public comment part, because we need public comment for 30 days.
Comments can be submitted on the DHS website. The deadline is July 30th. The anti-hazing bill named for Colin Wyant in Ohio will be signed into law this morning. The new law will make Ohio the 11th U.S. state to make hazing a felony. Colin's law would create harsher penalties for hazing, including making it a felony when drugs or alcohol are involved. In addition to the harsher penalties, Colin's law would come with a transparency piece. Every 6 months, organizations will have to report any student conduct violations that they've had, allowing students and families to see those reports. The law is named in honor of Colin Wyant, an 18-year-old freshman who died at Ohio University during a fraternal hazing ritual in 2018. New research from the University of Washington suggests the number of people who live to age 110 or older will continue to rise by the end of this century. In fact, statistic models estimate that the world record of 122 years old will very likely be broken, and that a lifespan of 125 or even 130 is possible. However, the study finds it's extremely unlikely that someone would live to 135 in this century. We are heading into midsummer, and that means it's the start of farmers market season. The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod checks out where you can go in the metro to get some of that fresh produce, and he joins us live. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan. The best part about it is West Acres Mall is going to be one of the many places you can check out for it to get your fresh vegetables, also get your fresh produce. Just a great place to go and just get that produce and items like we were just mentioning. Now, when you come out here at West Acres, you can get fresh cut flowers and herbs. Check out handmade soap, shampoos, and beauty products. There's organic beef, pork, and poultry. Everything originating in North Dakota and Minnesota to keep it local. Now at Ace Hardware, you can get your jams, jellies with handcrafted items. Even your pets gets their own selections. And kids 4 to 12 can join the power of the Produce Club. Now you can check out West Acres on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 5 and Saturdays from 9 to 3. And the West parking lot of West Acres, and that's just off of 42nd Street South between 13th and 15th Avenues. SNAP and EBT benefits are accepted and matched up to $15 per person. This will go until October. Now, Ace Hardware in Moorhead will only have it on Tuesdays from 3 to 6, and this will go on until September. SNAP benefits are accepted with market doubling up to $10. Now, the very popular one, the Red River Market, is going to be on Saturday from 10 to 2. That's going to be at Broadway Square. So, Jordan, it's honestly turning your Tuesdays into Tuesdays going today.
A Tuesday at the farmer market. Just make sure you bring your umbrella. You're going to need it today. Brian Sherrod reporting live out there. Thank you. Let's get the answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Our question today is 30% of people say when traveling by plane, this is their biggest pet peeve. Well, I think this doesn't really matter whether you're traveling by plane or just, in general. The answer is stinky people. Make sure you're taking a shower, putting on deodorant before you go and travel. The Today Show and CBS This Morning, they're just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW.